today's reading is going to be how do they see you. But before we start, can I just say thank you to the people who have subscribed recently and to the people who have subscribed in the past. When you're starting out new, it's really nice to get some sort of feedback, so thank you very much for that. What I'm going to do is start with, I'm not going to do different decks today, so you've got the choice, same thing, 1, 2 or 3. So just a straightforward read, how do they see you? Right, let's get started. Number 1. How do they see you? Oh. Oh. Ooh. It's like Babe and the fireworks and the sheep. Oh dear. Okay, what a really interesting spread. Now, like I put them there. Something has happened between you and the person that you're asking about, which is almost like young love, as if you've met and you've recognised each other and you've felt really excited about your connection, and there's been like an openness. You can see that you both like each other and it's been exciting. You've also got the feeling of just feeling as if you have met this fantastic person that you've always been looking for. There's been communication, there's been that feeling of being, when you've met somebody, you go home and you feel over the moon and really excited, as if this person does everything for you. But this is a rather bizarre spread because it's mixed with anxiety and defensiveness. I'll go through it slowly. Behind everything, there is a feeling of anxiety, either not being able to reveal your feelings, or feeling like it's not the correct thing to do, or feeling just tied up as if you are, I don't know who it is, you or the other person, as if you are too anxious to show what you are feeling. And this might have happened after your initial meeting. There is either a strong need to communicate, or you have communicated in the past and it's been really good, it's been really straightforward, it's been spontaneous, and it has overexcited both of you. The general situation between the pair of you is a meeting of two people who have basically found somebody they've always been looking for, and it's been open and it's been clear. There's been nothing to hide between the pair of you. It's been fun, it's exciting, it's childlike, and it's just, you can tell it's reciprocated, and it's, you have gone away and they have gone away from your meeting or your encounter, whatever it is, feeling really good about themselves. And then afterwards, it seems as if one of you, it's going to be them, isn't it? Because it's how they see you. Hold on, how they see you. Okay, so this is you. Afterwards, they have noticed that you have gone into yourself a little bit and you have cut off from them. It's almost like a defense mechanism, if you have found this person that's made you feel so good, and then you have stepped back and thought, I don't want to be hurt, and you have basically shut them off a little bit, given them the impression that you're not interested. Deep down, it's as if you have reached a point in your life that everything's getting better. It feels expansive. This person makes you feel good, and you have basically, through feeling slightly insecure yourself and thinking that they have the possibility that they could possibly hurt you, that you've said no. They, on the other hand, feel really good about you. They can't understand what's going on. They have this feeling of wanting to make the relationship bigger, wanting more from you, but they can see that you have decided that it's not going any further at this particular moment. There is a slight bit in them that also is slightly defensive, as if they're hiding their feelings, but I've got a feeling this is after you have shut them out a little bit. This anxiety, and this must be on your part. Okay, but through this feeling of anxiety and through this almost this wall that you've put up and this sort of blockade between you and this other person, the end result is actually going to be okay. It's almost as if you need to stop worrying, stop feeling anxious, stop overthinking, and just put yourself into a position where you're not trying to control the situation, where you're not trying to look too far in the future, and just relax yourself. Because the way that you were when you first met this person has worked. It is exactly what they were looking for. You made them feel good. And in the end result, what will happen once you get this behind you and this feeling of anxiety, it is going to be a really nice relationship where it's probably going to be everything that you possibly have hoped for. They know that your encounter together, or that there's something between you, or what they think of you is, has the possibility to be a really good, strong relationship. They know that you, I don't know if you have communicated. I'm assuming that you have, because I can't see any distance in this. It's almost as if you do have access to each other. You possibly, probably, in the past, you've got the 8 of Wands and you've got the 9 of Cups. The communication that's happened with you, perhaps you've got together and had a chat, has been really good. It's been everything they could have wished for. This is how they see you, that you have gotten really well, that you click mentally. You just click. And you know that, they know that, but you have, through this, which looks to me like a really beautiful beginning, have gone off and decided they might hurt me, I'm just going to pull in a bit. But deep down inside yourself, you know that's not actually going to happen. You probably know that this is going to move forward and be good for you. But as a result of you cutting off, they've decided that I'm going to pull back a bit because this person could possibly hurt me. The end result is the Star. So even though you have got off to a great start, but then have decided later on through some sort of self-protection that you're going to pull back a bit, the end result will be good. It will be what you have hoped for. This person will bring something out of you that is much needed. They will probably help you through some sort of anxiety or some sort of feelings, if you've been hurt in the past, that you need to get over. Take it in small steps and just relax with it, to be honest. This spread is lovely. You've got the 2 of Cups when two people meet and they can see that there's something, you can both see there's something between you. You've got the Sun, which is childlike and open. So your interaction would have been just fun. You probably got on really well. You probably communicated extremely well. There was probably a fun, childlike, flirty aspect to your meeting. And you both felt good about each other. And then you've decided, I don't want to get hurt. The person that you're asking about seems quite a sort of kind, outgoing energy. So I don't really feel that they're out to hurt you. And if you're defensive, it's from something that may have happened. You may have been hurt in the past. It's as if you've got yourself in a mental state that feels uncomfortable to you, which everybody does, and that's fine. But to be honest, I don't think with this spread that you need to worry too much. You need to step back and basically replicate how you felt on your first meeting or your last meeting, where they would have picked this vibe that you were their ideal person. Okay, pile 1, I hope that helps. And good luck. If you have any recommendations for topics, then can you stick them at the end in the comments section, because it would help me. I don't really know what type of readings people want. All right then, pile number 2. Oops, let me get up. Was that the next one? Who knows? I think it was this one. Pile number 2. How does this person see you? How does the person that you're thinking about see you? Ooh. Okay. Not too clearly, but looks of it so far. Distant. Oh my gosh, this is slightly similar to pile number 1 apart. Oh no, it's not. Oh my god, confusing. Right, okay. I'm going to go through this one slowly because there are different energies in this one. It's not so straightforward as number 1. Your situation... Okay, no, I'm not going to do that one first. How they see you. What's behind this? Okay, what's behind this is possibly a man who is loving, larger than life, quite strict, quite authoritarian, somebody who's in charge, perhaps a boss, or just somebody who's very good at looking after other people. They like to take responsibility on. They are probably very good with children, but in a strict, big daddy sort of way. What has happened with this person is that the situation has ended. The contact between you, or the situation between you, has ended, and they see you distant from them. If there is any contact, it is from a distance. I get a feeling that this is cut off totally. That's the feeling I get from this. Now, behind you, you have obviously got on really well. And so this is how they see you. They see you in a relationship with them, or in some encounter with them, where they know that something has started off between the pair of you. They can see in you that you feel good with them, and they can see that it possibly could be the beginning of a good, open, not calming, not connecting, just a warm, loving relationship between you. Now, what has happened here, because your reading is a real mixed bag, is that in the past there has been this openness, there has been a loving energy which you both have felt, but then somebody has done the sneaky and walked away out of the situation. This is bizarre. Okay, so somebody, I'll go through the cards for you. End of the situation, looking at the relationship from afar. There's no contact here. In the past, it's been good, it's been open, it's been loving, and they can see that there has been a really good connection between you. They've seen you open up, and they know possibly that you could get on really well. But these are the two that are confusing me. There has been something sneaky gone on, where somebody has walked away from the situation and hurt the other one's feelings, which possibly could be you if this is how they see you. And then following this doesn't make sense, I need an extra card on this. There has been like the complete opposite, where you have opened up again, or they have seen you being really happy, or they have just generally, there's been some clarity on that situation. You may have even contacted each other and discussed the reason why I snuck off in the middle of the night is this reason, and it's basically opened the relationship up again. But what has happened amongst this confusing encounter and revelation is that you're prepared to keep working on this relationship, but they have slightly cut off a little bit because of the confusion that's happened. And now, what has gone on here? And now, as a result of this, you have sensed that there has been now this slight distance between you both, and you have decided, they have picked up that you have almost replicated their feelings, or the way that they have put their feelings across, and put your barriers up a little bit. So to me, this relationship has ended through a misunderstanding. You are not together, you are looking out to see what the other person is doing. And how they see you is basically not together, but they also know that your relationship has kicked off on a really, really good note, and then somebody has done the dirty or upset the other person without even knowing that they've done it. And when this has been sort of talked about or discussed, or something has come to light, there's been like this, oh thank God for that, I thought you didn't like me, I thought that you walked off for this reason, and whatever. You've steadily, like a little duck under the water, still trying to work on this relationship. You're prepared to come together. Well, they have, because of the misunderstanding, slightly shut off. Because this person's got quite a big boss energy about them. And it's the type of person who feels once they've been wronged, they have been wronged, and they don't really come back very easily from the hurt of that. It's almost like a Leo energy. I know it's not, the Emperor isn't Leo, but it's that feeling like a Leo who basically you hurt them once and you're done. I'm not saying this is the case in this situation, but you have in some way hurt them, and they have decided that they're going to just basically pull out until they've got more on a sure foot. And they can see that you've done the same. You are watching and you are waiting to know what to do next. You need some more cards on this one because this is quite confusing. It's not confusing because it is exactly as I said. If it rings true, there has been a change. There is watching and waiting. Somebody is hurt, and you've both basically really felt attracted to each other. And even though you've discussed it and everything's come to light about what happened, where the hurt came from, that you have almost slightly just put up your barriers a little bit. Let's find what this... Okay, I'm just interested in this one. Okay, yeah. You have, whatever has hurt this other person, the way that you have hurt them has been something you have done that they misinterpreted probably. They think you have been very sneaky and done something underhand, and they have put their guard up. But you have also discussed this with them, and they know that it's actually not what you meant to do, and it's all above water. Let me just do some on the end here. So they see you as hiding, hiding from them. Okay. So they see you as hiding from them. You need to both communicate, and this communication will be a rocket for good or for bad, but you both need to speak to each other. Either the next communication that you have will probably be very decisive in whether the whole relationship moves forward or whether it is the end of the relationship. So to sum you up, pile number 2, I get the general feeling your relationship has started off really well. It's almost got that feeling of mature, open, loving exchange. There's been a misunderstanding which has been clarified. You are working on it. They have cut off, and now now that you have cut off, and they can see that. What they want from you is to talk. They want some communication with you. They know that you've cut off, and they know that it's almost in a bit of a stalemate here. And this conversation that you need both to have will be a game changer in your relationship. I'm not going to put another card on there to see whether it's going to be positive or a negative game changer, because I think that might come from you looking back at what has happened that has caused the confusion in the first place. You know, either you have got to work on yourself and your self-esteem, or they have, because there's been a misunderstanding here which has probably been blown out of proportion until it's been discussed. Right, pile number 2. I hope that helps, and good luck. And just be open and be honest, because that's all you can be. And I hope it gets sorted out if that is true or rings a bell. Okay, thank you. Pile number 2. Okay, pile number 3. Let me see. How do they see you? It's a very, very simple spread today. See how they see you. Okay, it's really difficult to read how they see you. I'm going to read it as I can see it. So how they see you is going to, how they see you. Behind this whole spread is a feeling of almost like defeat in some way, that you have been working towards a relationship. This is how you feel. You've been working towards a relationship. You may have got on well, but there may possibly be other people involved in this relationship. There may possibly be a third party, possibly from their side or your side. I tend to think their side at the moment, but I haven't looked at the cards properly yet. So they know that you are quite calmly working towards a relationship, or that you're quite open to the relationship, but that you have seen that somebody else is involved. You know that somebody else is involved. Don't get the feeling that's very hidden. Okay. So the situation between the pair of you is that you have come across each other, and there has been some sort of flirting, some sort of childlike openness, spontaneity, loving feelings, banter. If this isn't third party, you possibly could have met in some sort of party, fun gathering, like a nightclub, just being out celebrating. So if the third party thing doesn't ring true, that's the other possibility. Because behind you, you've got the Page of Cups, which is like some sort of emotional offer. It's almost childlike and it's fun. It's flirting. You've got the Three of Cups together, which possibly you could have met in some sort of party. Lots of gathering of lots of people, just a fun time. They would have seen you as being fun and open, and just having friends around you, being just generally quite loving in a childlike, funny, I don't know what I'm trying to say, funny, maybe cheeky, just flirty, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. But after that, what has happened is that you might have your communication might have ceased a little bit after the initial beginning flirty introduction, because hold on, okay, so they see you possibly with somebody else, so it might be third party. Let me put another, when I put another card, this Ace of Wands, I get the general feeling that you are the person that is looking at, wondering what's going to happen next, because you've got on well, you've probably had some sort of meeting that has piqued both of your interests, and there's an interest from their part that you are just some fun, open, playful, attractive beast in their life, and they are doing a lot of fantasizing about this. You both are. You're looking out, probably less fantasizing, but more just directly looking to see what's going to happen next. You could be checking out their media, just checking out, trying to find out what's going on. Well, they have gone in a bit into fantasy island here, and just having these fantasies about you, about just reminiscing of what's happened. Let me just see what this is, because it doesn't. Ace of Wands. Yeah, right. There's lots of men in this spread. If you're female and you're having this reading, then it's, I think that you two have met and got on really well. I don't know in which way you've met. I tend to think it's some sort of fun nighttime activity, or just basically a lot of people around you. There could be drinks flowing, but there's just generally there's flirting, and there is some sort of loving openness, if you know what I mean. And then they think that you're with somebody else, and they have become slightly defensive. So they see you as having at least one man, if you're female, or boyfriend. If you're male, then it's the same thing. It's the same thing really. They see you with somebody else. So they are fantasizing about you, but they also can't see a way how they're going to get past the fact that you might have quite a few men around you, or you might possibly be with somebody or even married somebody. I don't get marriage from this because I haven't got any of those cards, but definitely there are a lot of men in this reading. They can't get started with you because they feel defensive, because there's a lot of men around you, or they feel that you might be still attached to somebody, or there's somebody waiting in the wings, or they may possibly just know somebody you've been out with and find it awkward, or they are friends with your boyfriend, whatever, or turn that round if you're male. And the general feeling is that they feel that it's ended because of this reason. Let me put one of these. Okay. I scribbled on these lot. It says end of pain. So I think you've met and you've got this person overexcited about you, and then they've realised that you may already be taken, or that they can't get their hands on you, and they find it quite painful. They see that you've almost retreated into yourself after a really sort of good beginning, and they have found it hard, and they want the pain to end. So even if you two get together again and a relationship kicks off, I don't think, if there is somebody in the wings that you're already with, this person knows about it and is not going to find it easy to carry on, although there is a strong sexual attraction to you. And they almost know that they could in the future start a relationship off with you, but it wouldn't work out because if you have somebody else. So they are fantasizing. There's the sexual pull towards you. They've enjoyed the past sort of get together because it's just been exciting and fun and almost youthful. Just you go out and have a good night together. But they don't think it's going to work. They see it ending with you because you may have somebody already in the wings. Right, pile number 3. I'm going to finish it there because there's not much more I can say about that, apart from the fact that they find you attractive. Your past contact has been what they were looking for. They can see that you've possibly retreated a little bit. If you do have met a lot of men around you, if you're female, or vice versa if you're male, they know it, and it's basically ruining their fantasies. So you might get back, you possibly could get back together again because there's sexual attraction there definitely, but I think if you go back together you would probably part if you're with somebody else, and they would start feeling as if they're just defensive about you again. As if they were fighting with you or fighting other men to get to you. And it wouldn't work out. Right, I'm sorry to end on a bad note. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but that's all I can see. There is a lot of attraction there. Your past get together, they have gone into Fantasy Island about it because it's what they were looking for. They're sexually attracted to you, but if there's more than one person there's more than 2 people in a relationship, it's not going to work between you. So you have to decide what you really want, because this person is enjoying fantasizing about you but can't see it going any further than that. Well, okay, well, thank you very much. Pile number 3. I hope that clarifies things for you a little bit. Good luck. Okay, well, thank you very much, and bye-bye.